Hey Model Maniacs, Dirk here. Getting ready to do that all-important kit review so that you, the model junkies, can make an informed decision on what kits you want to spend your hard-earned cash on. Today, we're going to look at Lindberg's RAMCHARGERS 64 Dodge 330 SS. Personally, I've never built a Lindberg kit before. But I have come across Lindberg kits in airplane form when I was doing mostly airplanes, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not very impressed with their aircraft kits. This kit sells, well, I got this at my local hobby shop, I don't know when, but at the time I bought it when I bought it, it was about $17, $17.99 I think. Whereas all the other car kits were in the $20 to $30 range. So that kind of tells me that really that this kit may not be up to snuff with the kits coming out by Revell and AMT and MPC and stuff like that, which is kind of hard to believe when you loop in their MPC kits. But anyway, the lower price of this kit kind of scares me because the topic of this kit is pretty damn cool. I decided to take this out and blow the dust off it because it's springtime here in New Jersey, and just one thing led to another, and I started thinking about the drag strip. I live about an hour or so away from a place called Raceway Park, and I like going there every now and then, and I got friends that do some drag racing and stuff, and even though I don't, I do love the cars. So it's like I said, one thing led to another, and I was watching a show on TV, and it was all about the RAMCHARGERS, and it really piqued my interest because when I bought this kit, it wasn't that expensive. I forget what it was that I bought it for, but I didn't really have the intentions of building it right away. It just got tossed in a stash and forgotten about. But putting two and two together when I was watching the show, I learned about just how important these are to drag racing history. So I went into the abyss that is my stash and dug this sucker out and decided to do a kit review on it, and then while I'm jacked up, I might even throw it together. Lord help us, we might actually build a kit. Anyway, as you can see, it's your standard, it's kind of like your standard box. It's got a picture, a really great picture of the 64 RAMCHARGER on the cover. Again, I'm not sure when this kit originally came out, by the way. I don't know if it must be a repop because it's currently in my shop right now. I can't say, but you've got kind of your standard box here. It's just got the car, the same picture of the car over and over on all sides of it. The bottom, same thing. There's actually no information on the car about this car on the box. It's just more of the different languages and modeling instructions, license information and painting and stuff like that. But there's no real history about the car on here. It'll tell us a little bit what it includes, such as an authentic team decal, complete racing suspension, chrome parts tree, detailed engine, and then it says it again in another language. Before I go any farther, just so you know, there is several different versions of this kit also. If you are a 64 Dodge fan, you can get this, the RAMCHARGER. You can get the Maverick, which is a yellow and black version of this car. A little bit of a different scoop to it. There is the Color Me Gone 2 car, which is pretty sharp looking, and all three of those were very important cars again in the super stock drag race history. And then there's a fourth kit, and the fourth kit was recently reviewed back in December by Chris. He calls himself the HPI guy. I'll put a link down there so you can check it out. And his kit's really cool because unlike this, which comes with all the racing paraphernalia and hype stuff, His comes with the racing motor and everything, but it also comes with that slant 6 that was put in here on the stock production cars, or option to have the slant 6, the grandma's car, the nanny car, whatever you want to call it. Whereas this one just comes with the 426 Hemi. The other kit comes with both versions, 6-cylinder and the Hemi. Whereas the other one, you can't get these decals though. So if you really want to do like a RAMCHARGER, you'd want to get this. If you want to do something different, there are some aftermarket decals. Not a lot that I found, but there are some. So you can do the other car and just get different decal sets. The other car also comes with regular steel wheels and hubcaps, which is really kind of cool. This one does not. But anyway, so there are 4 different versions of this kit. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. 3 racing and 1 granny or sleeper car. So you got 4 different versions of this. So you can choose whatever one you want. So let's take a look at this, because I'm really kind of stoked to look at this box. Okay, so unlike a lot of the other boxes that just lift off, this one kind of got the tilt open like a trunk type method. Kind of neat. Nothing special though. Inside, we've got this nicely packed, and this was all sealed in a bag. Also, if you get worried about it, these are all sealed in one big bag. But in here we've got 10 part trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white trees. And then you got your chrome tree. And then there's also your clear tree. Okay, so we'll go through these one at a time. And of course also you've got the body too. Alright, so to be honest with you, this is a lot of plastic for only 17 bucks. And actually I've seen them on eBay for even less than that. Some of them free shipping, some of them with shipping, and even with the shipping sometimes you're still going to pay less. So it's an economy kit. Is it worth it? At this point I'm not sure yet, so let's hold on to that assumption right now until we go through the parts. The first part we got, the first tree that we got, looks at our engine halves. Okay, they look pretty decent. It's got the transmission attached and it looks to be an automatic transmission. Okay, you got the pan on there, you've got the heads for the Hemi, you've got your steering wheel with your horn ring. Okay, you've got your backings for the wheels, and you've got the front of your engine. So far, I'm not seeing a lot of flash, which I normally have seen in other reviews for Lindberg kits. But so far, we're pretty clean. This next tree, we've got our oil pan. We've got our big, huge wedge head. Okay, we've got our hood. Okay. Or I take that back, that's just the scoop. It's the hood scoop. Alright. Neat thing that I do like so far, or one of the things I like, is I actually got the hood hinges here. Most kits don't give you that. Okay. But that's kind of a neat option if you want to display it open. We've got the race parts such as the roll cage coming in here. Okay. I believe these are the covers for your dual carburetors. Fan, pulley system. It's a little flashy, but you know, it's not that far off that you couldn't clean it up with relative ease. Okay, so far again, like I said, the flash is kind of lower than I expected, the amount of it. We got another tree here. We've got some header parts here. Okay, obviously I guess we're going to put 2 pieces, make 1 header. You've got your back seat. You've got your radiator support here. And this one's got bucket seats. You got your fronts and your backs. Now, I'm not a Dodge person. I'm not a Plymouth person. I grew up a Ford guy. Love Mustangs, okay? And back when I was really into cars in my high school days, just before I got my license and that period afterwards, you know, I was blinded to nothing but Mustangs. And to this day, I still do love them, but my eyes are open to looking at other cars. So I really think these are cool, but I can't tell you that these seats are very accurate or not. So, I mean, let's be fair. But to my eye, they look pretty decent. And obviously you can see everything here is in a white, hard plastic. You've got your hood here. You can see the imprints. It's a little bubbly. You're going to need some work here if you don't put the hood scoop on. But you can see here where they made the indents for the carburetors. I guess maybe some stacks that go through there. I'm not sure. But if you weren't to put the scoop on, you'd have some work here because you could see the imprint there and you can feel it with the finger. Now, the other thing I got to check too, going back to the show that I was watching about them, I'm not sure that this car, the RAMCHARGER, actually had buckets or a bench seat. For some reason, I thought I saw a bench seat in the car. So I don't know how I'd fix that, if that's true or not. But of course, maybe there were several different cars and there were some with buckets. But authenticity-wise, that may be an issue. But I'm not sure yet. Again, I'm not an expert on Mopars. Next tree. A lot of suspension parts in here. You got sway bars. We've got the rear end shocks. You've got your K member here. Okay. Your leaf springs are separate from the rear end, which is kind of neat. You know, most kits come with this and the leaf springs together. We've got some steel wheels here. Our radiator with some nice looking detail on it. And then we got our firewall here. Okay. Even though it's white plastic, you could still get a good glimpse. It's not too, you know, it's not too bad. Perfect? No. But not too shabby either. Next tree, we've got, looks like part of the rear bumper or something. I'm not sure. Kind of looks like a license plate frame or something. I'm not sure what this is. But we got our inner fender wells here for the engine compartment. We've got the dashboard. Zoom in so you can kind of get a look at that. Alright. Glove box. Radio blanked out. A couple knobs here and there. And this is smooth in here, so I wonder if there's a decal for there. I don't know yet. We didn't find any decals yet. Okay. Next, we got the interior tub. Okay. Unlike the Revell kits where it comes or it's all put together, this comes in 3 parts. You've got the base, the bottom here. Okay. Where you're going to put your bench seat in the back. You got your buckets here. And then you've also got your sidewalls for the door panels and stuff. Okay. Which I think it's really got some nice interior. It looks like the armrests are separate, which a lot of kits that I've seen from the big companies have it molded in, and it doesn't always look quite right. So this is kind of a nice option, I think. A little added detail. Okay. That added detail that somebody with a little bit more experience might want to do. Newer people might not be so inclined to want to do armrest, but I think it's a nice little feature. Okay. And the last of the white trees, we've got our chassis. Looks to be, sorry, pan out a little bit. It looks to be pretty nicely detailed. You got to start here at the front. Okay, coming forward, or going backwards actually. The detail on the flooring pans. Is it accurate? Don't know. I never found myself underneath one of these cars. But it's got enough detail that I think you could probably get away with painting this, doing some dry brushing, and it would look pretty damn accurate. Okay, so that. And then the last piece of the white parts is the body itself. Now there was a time when I probably would have looked at a car like this and would have been really, you know, bad-mouthed it, you know, how boxy and square it was. But really, now as I'm older, I really like the shape of it. Again, to my untrained eye, it looks like the pictures I've seen of a '64 Dodge. The side's pretty smooth. There's no real emblems on here until you get to the back. Okay. You've got your molding line here. It comes around. You've got a couple divots here in the front. Okay. Both sides. Can you see them? There you go. You can see it right here. There's another one on this side here, right here. Alright. Needs a little cleanup around the lip here on the windshield. Mold lines seem to be not very obvious. Probably most of them are around the contour and the body itself, but there's no lines that I could see there sticking out and glaring at me. So I like it. I think it's a pretty nice looking body. Okay. Again, it's that hard plastic though. I'm not really fond of that, but it works. Okay, up next we have a chrome tree. Not a lot to see here in the chrome tree. You saw earlier we had two steel wheels. Now you've got the front racing rims. Okay. You've got the front bumper and frame here. You've got the rear bumper. It's got some scratches in it here. Nothing outstanding, but it's okay. Probably, if I do this, we'll strip it down with some oven cleaner and then repaint it. Then you've got this piece here. This is the grill. This is a really nice piece, I think. And I think with you, when you repaint it and then give it a nice black wash, I think it'd look really good. All those grill pieces you can see there. Pretty nice. The rest of the chrome, let's see what we got. I guess you're gonna some instrumentation, some maybe part of the trim. That's the word I'm looking for. The trim. I think these are the rear lights, tail lights. Okay, we've got. I'm not sure what these are here. Carburetors, mirrors, and I believe this is, don't know what this is right here. For the dash, maybe? Could that be the dash panel that was missing? I don't know. But regardless, it's really not that bad compared to the one that HPI guy did with all the flash. This has got nowhere near the amount of flash that he had in his kit, so I'm pretty impressed with this so far. That doesn't mean it's not going to go together very well, but, or it doesn't mean it's going to go together very well is what I'm trying to say. Here's our clear piece. It's in a bag, and oh, hey, like that. The windshield's broken. Windshield's broken. That's not good. Actually, that's really not good at all. Shit. Shoot. Oh, we'll have to work on that. Find some way to fix that. Anyway, you got your back glass. Kind of thick. Side windows. That's that. Next up, we've got, oh, here we go. We got our wheels next. Okay. Nice individually made wheels. They're not stuck to one of those big rubber pieces. They do, however, have the center piece, which I've never really been a big fan of those, but you can cut those out. It's not really that difficult. And you can see also it's got embossed in it Goodyear. Okay. It's got a little seam down the middle. Take a little bit of work to get that out, nothing big. And then you've got the front tires, which are also rubber, very nice. You can see the labeling on the sidewalls. Okay, pretty nice. Tread pattern. Some snots here and there that have to be cleaned off. But overall, it's workable. I'm sure if you wanted to, also you can go out and get some aftermarket ones to replace these. Be a lot nicer. Not that these are horrible, but you can get something that's a little nicer. Next, we have the instructions. All right. Okay. I don't know if it's typical Lindberg. Again, I've never done a Lindberg kit before, but you know, it's got its the information on it, different languages, the cautions, and be careful, read this, and then it starts building the model. And obviously it starts with the engine, as it usually does. Works its way back, 17 steps on the front, another 4 steps on the back, putting it together. And then lastly on the bottom, we've got paint and decal placements. So, again, not anything noteworthy that we need to spend a lot of time on, but that's that. And then lastly, we've got the decal sheet. From what I can see, this is a pretty impressive decal sheet. It looks pretty good. Okay. You've got all the stripes to make the candy cane effect that they had on their cars. The Hodges Dodges, the RAMCHARGERS logo, all the writing that they had on the cars. It even got a bunch of the marker, the emblems and stuff like that, the Dodge emblems and stuff like that for it. We've got some sponsorship logos here. The trunk logo, Dodge. Alright, we got some more stuff down here. But the decals seem to be in pretty decent shape. So, that's it. That's all there is to this kit. Again, it's a $17 kit. It's readily available in your local hobby shops. I've seen it quite frequently. It's also very available on eBay. It comes in 4 different versions, like I said also. Plenty for you to choose from. Lots of options. The plain Jane version is very appealing to me, though. Something with slant 6 is just kind of cool because it's not something you see very often anymore. But this will be made up as the RAMCHARGERS. I am very enamored with the RAMCHARGERS. I think they're pretty sharp, and they're very new to me. So I'm excited to do this kit as the RAMCHARGERS. So really, that's it for right now. If anybody has any comments to add about the real RAMCHARGERS or about the kit himself, please feel free to leave it in the comments down below. And that's it. So till next time, be strong.